Hello, neighbor. This is Jesus Catala, and welcome to another program of Prophetic News in Focus. In today's program, we are continuing our study in the book of Revelation. Now, previously on Prophetic News in Focus, we looked at the book's introduction, title, origin, subject, object, transmission, authorship, threefold authenticity, nature, beatitudes, salutation, the exaltation, the chief theme, the eternity of Jesus Christ, the prophet John, and the key of Revelation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the key of Revelation is knowing the division of the book by classes. We could note in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 32, these classes, quote, give none offense neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of God. So the three classes are known as the Jews, the Gentiles, and the church of God. Now, the book of Revelation, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at it, chapters 1 through 3 deals primarily with the church on earth. Then in Revelation chapter 4 and 5, pictures the church and the Old Testament saints with God in heaven after the rapture, represented by the 24 elders. Then we note, ladies and gentlemen, in Revelation chapter 6 through chapter 19, that it deals primarily with Israel under the last oppression by the Gentiles in fulfillment to the prophecy of Daniel's 70th week after the rapture of the church. Then finally, ladies and gentlemen, in Revelation chapter 20 through chapter 22 relates to all three classes, the church, the Jews, and the Gentiles. Note, ladies and gentlemen, that the earthly Jews will be the head of all earthly Gentiles, and the church with Christ will reign over both the Jews and the Gentiles forever and ever. Now, let's look at Revelation part 1 in these three parts of the book of Revelation. Part 1 of Revelation deals with, quote, the things which thou hast seen. This is seen, ladies and gentlemen, in Revelation chapter 1, verses 12 through 20 and verse 20. Now, the breakdown of Revelation chapter 1, verses 12 through 20 and verse 20, we know two things. One, in those verses, the vision of Christ. This is seen in Revelation chapter 1, verses 12 through 18. Then we note in verse 20, where we note the symbols of the vision interpreted. This is seen in Revelation chapter 1, verse 20. Now, let us go ahead and listen to Revelation chapter 1, verses 12 through 18.
And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the vision of Christ. We note the Son of God, the 8 characteristics of Christ, the effects of the vision upon John, the symbols of the vision interpreted. This is all seen. All these bullets, ladies and gentlemen, are seen in Revelation chapter 1, verses 12 through 18. We see in those verses the vision of Christ. We note the Son of Man, the 8 characteristics of Christ, the effect of the vision upon John, and the visions or the symbols of the visions interpreted. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Son of Man. The person of this vision is Christ, the Son of Man. This title, quote, Son of Man, unquote, or close quote, is with reference to Christ and always with the definite article. When used of Christ, it denotes the, quote, last Adam, unquote, or close quote, with reference to his taking the place of the first Adam, seen in Genesis chapter 3.